Guys, thanks for tuning in. I want to talk today about the Omega Man. It's not a graphic novel; it's a collected edition of the maxi series by Tom King and Barnaby Bagenda. It was released last year. I think it was part of the DCU, in which DC tried, like kind of a last gasp to of DC New 52. They try to infuse old concepts with a more radical, youthish note. And they got Tom King, who wasn't like a big shot back then, just one and a half years ago. It's a stellar career this writer has gone through in the past 12 to 18 months. And the Omega Man started around the same time as the Vision, I think. No, it can't be true. It has to have been earlier, half a year earlier. However, it's interesting that it deals somehow with the same theme, and I've read a little bit in interviews about this, that The Vision and the Sheriff of Baghdad, which is released by Vertigo Comics, also a maxi series of 12 issues, so all three have the same length, and they kind of deal with the same theme, meta theme, which is what comes out of good intentions. What are the results? And the answers are pretty different, but always ambiguous. So there's nothing of this very clear cut moral thing where there's something good and something evil, and you just have to decide for the good thing, and everything will be all right. So yeah, what's the story about? It's about Kyle Rayner, who's part of the Green Lantern Corps, the White Lantern. I mean, I'm not an expert in the Green Lantern mythology, but I basically know what a lantern does, and they're like, you could say, the patrolmen of the universe. They're trying to keep stuff in order, and each one has his zone where he's assigned to, and they try to decide. They're kind of a judge in a way. So I want to put them in this position. I don't know if it's completely correct. You can correct me on that if you want to. But I think from a moral standpoint, they have to decide what is right and what is wrong for this particular area of the universe that they're assigned to. So we have here a group of terrorists. They call themselves the Omega Man, and they have captured the White Lantern, and they have killed him in front of cameras. So there is this footage going out in the whole universe that the Omega Man killed the White Lantern as a sign that they're really serious about their claims. They want to fight the Citadel, which is this big, Imperium-like, kind of bad, but it's hard to say. I would say it's very much is a stand-in for the United States. So they are an imperialist empire, but they also bring order, and they also bring some kind of civilization to the places they go to, and their main principle is a utilitaristic one. So what brings the most for a big amount of people has to be more important over what happens to a particular group of it. So this particular group, which is a part of the Omega Man, they are mainly recruited from one planet, which was, let's say, not treated very well by the Citadel. But I don't want to really go very much more into the story, because I think it's something which is nice to be discovered while reading it. And the interesting thing is, you will see. I will show you a little bit of the art, and there is something going on here. Let's see if you if you get what I'm hinting at, because it should be obvious by now that this is a very strict 9-panel grid we're dealing with throughout the whole series. Of course, there are breaks in it. They play with the format. They're not completely dogmatic about it. But especially in the beginning, this was something which was very obvious to me. And we all know that there is another famous comic which was very strict about it, and that was Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. So for me alone, the formal symmetry with Watchmen was enough to tell me what Tom King is trying to achieve here, and I think he's pretty much successful about it. So we were thrown into this conflict, into this world, and we get to learn the characters, and we are pretty sure who are the bad guys in the beginning, namely the Omega Men. But then we learn more about their whys and their reasons for behaving in this terrorist kind of way, and that they are like the underdogs and it's their only possibility. And we kind of change our sympathies towards them, then but we don't stay with them, so it's always a back and forth, and I don't want to reveal anything about it, and I think you should make up your own mind when reading it. But for me, it was very obvious that there is no definitive answer to who's right in this big conflict, cosmic conflict, and who's wrong. And of course, there are a lot of little subplots and personal stories in it, but every one of them is kind of mirrored by this big mega theme, which is, well, basically a question about using force for reasons that you believe in. So what is the difference between, you know, a terrorist and a murderer or a hero? Normally a hero, let's just look at Edward Snowden. So it's not, you can't be a hero if you do something which is very, very obvious, obviously good. I think a hero always has to do something which is a bit crazy. So even if he's saving lives, which is obviously a good thing, he does it in a way which is close to either sacrificing his own life or sacrificing something which is very important to other people. So it's the hero dome has always a little bit of controversy around it, if you really think about it. Also, the fact that heroes are often people, are singulars, are individuals who do stuff because they think it's right. It's not because it's not a democratic thing. It's a very individualist thing. So those are all topics which are dealt with in a very intelligent but also entertaining way. So this is not a dry literature on philosophical topics. This is a sci-fi comic with a lot of action, fantastic artwork by Barnaby Bagenda. I think he did a great job. Also the coloring is really nice. Look at this fantastic splash pages here. It's a really nice book, and I'm almost a little bit sad that we only got a paperback edition, because I think this is the kind of work which really earned itself a deluxe or maybe an absolute, because of the sheer uniqueness of it. This is something you could buy even if you're not into DC comics, even if you don't like superheroes, whatever. This is just good genre literature, and it comes with a almost maximal recommendation. There is something in it which I can't really name. Maybe you can help me. But there is something in it which I'm not completely sure about that I like, but I haven't found it yet. Maybe it's the thing that I can clearly see the author building his theme from the beginning, and a thing which I also noticed with the vision, and that I sometimes think that the story has a little bit has not enough room to breathe because of the concept and of the philosophical backdrop it's painted on. But well, this is maybe just me saying bullshitty things, because this is basically the comics that I like, and I think it needs a reread. I have to do a reread. Some things I just didn't understand, especially in the beginning. So yeah, don't give up if you buy it. The first issues are a bit hard to understand because we don't get explanations and info dumpings all over the place. So just go with it, finish it, be astounded by it, and recommend it further. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like always, it's not complete. It's a one-taker on video. So forgive me if I made some mistakes or made some claims which are not true. Correct me if you noticed them. And I will be back tomorrow with single issue reviews. Until then, have a good day. Bye bye.